Where's Bill? Okay. You'll tell me when we're ready? Good morning. Councilwoman, good morning.
Oh, I got it. It wasn't working, but now it is.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, I'm going to tell her to start the meeting, correct? Yeah, I'm talking, yeah, he's on there. Can we start? Nikki, everybody's good? All right, I'll tell the mayor. Here we go.
Thank you very much. Sorry for the delay, everyone. We were having some technical difficulties, but the Redevelopment Agency meeting of May 6, 2020 is called to order. The meeting has been properly noticed and posted in compliance with the open meeting law. These proceedings are being video recorded as well as presented live on KCLV, cable channel 2, and are closed captioned for hearing impaired viewers. Please note customers of CenturyLink and Cox Communication may view this program in high definition on channel 1002 and in standard definition on channel 2. You may also watch this meeting live on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV on the Go Vegas app. The Redevelopment Agency meeting, as well as all other KCLV programming, may be viewed on the internet at www.kclv.tv/live. The proceedings will be rebroadcast on KCLV Channel 2 and the web the Wednesday of the meeting at 8 p.m., Friday at 4 a.m., Saturday at 7 p.m., Sunday 7 a.m., and the following Monday at 5 p.m. This building is protected by state-of-the-art fire and detection suppression sprinkler systems. If alarms should activate during today's meeting, please evacuate using the exit at the back of the chambers going out to the mezzanine. Proceed out the double doors to the terrace, get down the back staircase. For anyone who has difficulty with stairs, please check with a marshal or fire official for assistance. Once outside, assemble on the northeast corner of the street from the City Hall at Lewis and First Streets. Employees wearing safety vests or our city marshals will inform you when it's safe to re-enter the building. For public comment related to items on the agenda, the citizen participation and public hearing items, we have available a speaker card which you can complete and submit to our city clerk up front. Cards are available in the clerk's office at the rear of these chambers, and if you do not submit a card, it does not prevent you from speaking under public comment, citizen participation, or public hearing items. How do people participate? This is not open to the public for comment? Our meeting? Okay. Well, it's open to the public, it's being recorded, and we can see it, but for them to participate.
So we do offer up a couple opportunities. Thank you, Mayor. This is Luann Holmes, City Clerk, for the record. Viewers can follow along with the meeting by watching our live streams on KCLV Channel 2, YouTube, and by accessing our meetings and agendas page on the city's website at https://lasvegas.primegov.com/portal/search. E-comments will be available for the public comment and public hearing items on the City Council agenda online at www.lasvegasnevada.gov/council comment and via email at citycouncillive@lasvegasnevada.gov. Note that comments received after an item has already been heard and acted upon will be included in the record without being read aloud. There may be a time limit imposed on comments read for the record, as is standard practice when comments are made here in person. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So you can participate. All right, anyone who is here who has need for hearing impaired equipment, please see our city clerk staff up front. And if you parked in the parking garage across the street, a self-validation machine is located in the foyer between the council chambers and security desks you walk through to enter the chambers. You must have your ticket with you to use the machine, but if you don't have your ticket, please see security personnel when exiting for a validation coupon. We'll now move on to agenda item 3. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. The amount of time any single speaker is allowed may be limited. All comments made will be cross-referenced to those specific items. If anyone submitted a speaker card or wishes to speak under this portion of the agenda, please come to the podium, state your name for the record, and I will also be calling for those who might be online. And we'll set the time at 1 minute. And I certainly wanted to let everybody know while we have Councilwoman Seaman here and Councilman Anthony and Mayor Pro Tem Fiore, we have Councilman Knutson here, and online are, please, Madam Clerk.
We have Councilwoman Diaz and Councilman Creer.
Thank you very much. Okay, anyone who wishes to make comment who is here, please. Okay, online. No, none. Okay. Yes, but this is in reference to the RDA, the redevelopment, so we'll have it again the next. Thank you. We'll move on to agenda item 4 for possible action to approve the final minutes by reference to the regular Redevelopment Agency meeting, March 18 and April 1, 2020. Mayor Pro Tem, is there a motion to approve the minutes, please?
Madam Mayor, I move to approve the minutes of the March 18th and April 1st, 2020 Redevelopment Agency meetings.
There's a motion, please vote, and Madam Clerk, will you check with those on the phone?
Councilwoman Diaz?
Aye.
Councilman Creer?
Aye.
Thank you.
And that motion carries, so we'll move on to agenda item 5, and that's RA 6-2020, discussion for possible action regarding a resolution finding the project proposed by the Commercial Visual Improvement Program, CVEP, agreement between the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency, RDA, and 4550 Meadows Lane and SW Southwest Meadows Lane, LLC, tenant located at 4550 Meadows Lane, to be in compliance with and in furtherance of the goal and objectives of the redevelopment plan, authorizing the execution of the CVEP agreement by the RDA not to exceed $25,000 RDA Special Revenue Fund Redevelopment Area Ward 1 with Councilman Knutson. Please note this item is related to our council item number 34, R20-2020. And good morning.
Good morning, Mayor Goodman, members of City Council and Redevelopment Agency Board of Directors. I'm Bill Arntz, Director of Economic and Urban Development for the City of Las Vegas. This project is part of our visual improvement program, and we've been working with this applicant for some time since January. The applicant desired to be here, but they're out of state and are unable to travel here. And so I did want to read a brief statement from our applicant. The applicant is Shoppers World, which is a family-owned store out of New York. And the statement is from Chris Forster, who is the Director of Store Development. We apologize for not having any of our executives here for the meeting due to COVID-19 travel restrictions. Shoppers World is a full-line department store carrying apparel for the family, shoes, and a full line of home fashions. We are now carrying a line of essentials such as paper goods, sanitizer, disinfectant, masks, and gloves. Shoppers World started during the 1930s and has grown to 40 stores in 11 states, mainly on the East Coast. This will be our first store in the Las Vegas market, and we do plan to open more stores as real estate deals become available. This former Toys R Us, located at 4550 Meadows Lane, is now being remodeled to prepare for opening. The COVID-19 has slowed down the construction process, causing delays due to labor shortages, fixture delays, and merchandise shortages. We are planning on a soft opening sometime in June, followed by a grand opening a few weeks later. The mayor and other city executives would be invited to our grand opening, which we will employ about 70 team members from the community. The Shoppers World mission has, and always will be based on providing our customers with the latest styles at the lowest price. Always new, always for less is the pledge that makes Shoppers World #1 in the hearts and minds of our value-seeking customers. We are honored to be part of the Las Vegas community. Chris Forrester, Director of Store Development. As I mentioned, this is a family-owned company from New York, started by Samuel Duché, and they're looking to take advantage of our VIP program. We started working with them back in January, and the building owner, they've purchased the building, and they're looking to make a substantial investment in the property. Their investment overall will exceed $3.6 million when completed. As I mentioned, the property is on Meadows Lane in the former Toys R Us store. You can see here it was vacant. It had been vacant since May of 2018. There were issues with some property damage on the property. You can see here the exterior of the property and the parking lot, and if any of you have children and visited the store like myself, you knew that the parking lot was in desperate need of repair, as was the store. So this is what the store is going to look like upon completion. It is 39,000 and change square feet of new retail space, so we'll have new paint, lighting, signage front and back, and then it's going to be a great amenity, we believe, for the neighborhood. And so this is, again, another shot of what the front of the building will look like upon completion. So we are recommending approval. It's a $25,000 grant, which is a matching grant, and we'd be glad to take any questions that you might have.
Well, right off the bat, of course, thank you, Mr. Arndt, to ask a couple of things. One, with the compliance to the new plans for the state for COVID-19, are they aware that they are going to have to make alterations, and have they been in contact with us? That's one. Who's responsible for fixing the horrible parking area? Is that belong to the city to fix and upgrade the parking lot? And then finally, I noticed the date of the CVEP is today, May 6th, but the date of all of their applications and deposit and everything else, was that in February, March? When was it? And so to me, it's going back, unless you've already done it, based on where we are with COVID-19 compliance.
Thank you, Mayor. The question regarding COVID-19 compliance, we are starting to communicate with them. We, of course, needed the final guidance from the governor's directive, and then we're obviously working very hard through our city business licensing and others at the city to develop our consistent rules for the various type of business license holders. So we want to make sure we get them accurate and final information, and so we're working on that now. So we need to get them that guidance. As I mentioned, they're looking for a June opening. Fortunately, construction is not a restricted business, so they're able to work on the construction. I think just the practicality of being in New York and getting contractors and vendors going, it's made their job more difficult as far as overseeing the work. So we're going to work with them as best we can, help them with referrals to local contractors to the extent that they need it. And then regarding the reopening and the timing of their contacting us, again, we did take an application back in January. They own a large number of stores, 40 stores, so I think like a lot of businesses, they were focused on what they had to do with their existing stores. But this shows the promise of Las Vegas and the bullishness of what we're seeing in the business community, that people want to be in business, people want to open new venues in Las Vegas. And so as we work on all of our reopening guidelines for current businesses and new businesses, we'll make sure we get them the best information, we provide them the best customer service to get them open as quickly as we can.
Well, the main thing that I see is, because this is so variable, and we're sort of just waiting for changes as the plans from the state come down with which we must comply, that this is a very flexible situation. So building into that for the city, that is, we make a commitment that we have the authority to be working with them, and then as they submit their plan of what they're going to do, that it gets the approval, and they must know all this because they're having to put up the money to make the changes that are certainly different than they were in January.
Yes, that's correct, Mayor.
Okay, and whose obligation's the parking lot? Theirs or ours? Or somebody else's?
It's private property, so it'll be their obligation, and we'll make sure that all the aesthetics of the property are addressed, including the parking.
Okay, and the date of the original application on the building, do you know, is that January?
Yeah, I'm not sure that I have the exact date in front of me, but it dates back to January. That's correct.
Okay, thank you very much. Before I turn it over to Councilman Knudsen, questions? Any questions, Councilwoman, Councilman? Nope? No? And online, any questions before I turn it over to Councilman Knudsen?
No,
None,
Mayor.
Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Knudsen, please.
And thank you, Mayor. And I had the opportunity to talk with the representative from Shoppers World. I think this is a great project for that community, and I know with the apartment complex that was approved near there, I think we're going to see continued growth in that area. So I'm grateful for you and your staff, and look forward to the project. And with that, I would motion for approval.
Thank you.
Okay, Councilman, do you want to make a motion then on this, please?
It was a move for approval.
Okay, there's a motion to approve. I guess you did it before. Please vote, and please vote online, please.
Councilwoman Diaz?
Aye.
Councilman Creer?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, that motion carries. Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
very much. Okay, move on to agenda item 6. Citizen participation. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the Redevelopment Agency. No subject may be acted upon by the Redevelopment Agency unless that subject is on the agenda and scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, please come to the podium, give your name for the record, the amount of discussion on any single subject, as well as the amount of time any single speakers allowed may be limited. Is there... Good morning.
Good morning, Mayor Goodman.
Hi there.
How are you? I see you all over the place.
Yeah, I can't. It's like birthday or
I
something.
know. Well, I'm Katie Duncan, and I came to the Redevelopment Agency because there is a very important historic landmark within the RDA boundaries. It's called the Moulin Rouge. I'm with a group of citizens, and we've decided that we've got to actually get out there and protect it so people understand how important it is. So we planned a neighborhood cleanup on May 23rd. And we are so hoping that we can get that nice trailer out of Neighborhood Services so we can get the rakes and the brooms and the bags and have you join us on May 23rd at 7 a.m. for a Moulin Rouge community cleanup. So that's why I'm here today.
And what day of the week is that,
It's
please?
a Saturday morning, of course.
And then at 7 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
I will promise you, if I can be there, I loved the Moulin
Yes.
Rouge. We just enjoyed times there, even though it was brief, and what a landmark for us. So if my schedule's open, I'll be happy to be there.
We'll be looking forward to
Okay.
seeing you, Mayor.
As long
Thank
as
you so
somebody
much.
else carries the heavy bag for
Oh,
me.
I'll carry your bags. Don't worry. I got your
But
back.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Anyone else? How about online? Okay. And nothing, Madam Clerk? Okay. Now, I'd like to ask, let's have you repeat, if you wouldn't mind, the e-comments portion of this, Madam Clerk. Just one more time so everybody knows for the future, because I'm sure we'll be doing this for another month or hopefully not too long after.
Thank you, Mayor. Luann Holmes for the record. Viewers can follow along with our meetings by watching our live stream on KCLV Channel 2, YouTube, and by accessing our meetings and agendas page on the city's website at lasvegas.primegov.com/portal/search. E-comments will be available for the public comment and public hearing items on the redevelopment and city council agendas online at www.lasvegasnevada.gov/council comment and via email at citycouncillive at lasvegasnevada.gov. Note that comments received after an item has already been heard and acted upon will be included in the record without being read aloud. There may be a time limit imposed on comments read for the record, as is standard practice when comments are made here in person. Thank you.
Ask David right there. Thank you. Okay. Yes, if you, I don't know if we have a traveling mic, if you wanted to do that so you don't have to walk. So was there anyone else then, Madam Clerk?
That's it, Mayor.
Okay, so our redevelopment agency meeting is now concluded and adjourned, and we will be back at 9 o'clock, which is in about 6 minutes. We'll recess now at this point till 9 o'clock for our regular city council meeting. Thank you.
And Mayor, I'm going to ask the council people that are online to go ahead and stay online. Just mute your phones, please.
Will do, thank you.